White privilege. What is it? White privilege is an inherent advantages possessed by a white person or white people based solely on the basis of their race in a society that is characterized by racial inequality and injustice. That is the definition of white privilege. But how do you know that you have white privilege? The number one, but not necessarily in any ascending or descending order, these are just my numbers, but number one would be having an interaction with the police that is not negative. So if you're a white person and you call the police, or the police are called and they respond to you, there's a very inherent low risk for you to have anything happen to you or have a negative experience with the police. Unlike with Sandra Bland or Tamir Rice or even Philando Castile, if you have any interactions with the police as a person not of color, it's most likely going to be positive. And that is because of white privilege. The second reason is if you go to school at any stage of your life, be it through preschool, elementary school, junior high, high school, college, if you open a book, most likely always you will find positive role models that look like you, or role models or people who represent you and people that look like you. Unlike people of color and Native American or indigenous populations, it is very rare, if ever, you will have any interactions in a book or any type of literature of people of color that have done something positive or have done something to better this society. So it is unlikely that that will happen. But because this society is based upon white privilege and colonization of people of color and indigenous people, you will never have to worry about whether or not you are represented in a book as far as your culture, people who look like you. That's the second way that you do have white privilege. The third way is crime. If a person of color commits a crime, every single thing that they've ever done in their life that is negative or reflects negatively upon their character will be brought out. Even if they've never done anything wrong, something will be made up. Pictures of them will be the most unflattering. Anything that they can find, or anyone to say anything negative about a person of color, when it comes to crime, people will come out of the woodworks in order to vilify them. If you're white, however, it's always you had a bad day, or you had a tough life as a child, or you just didn't feel well, or you were drunk, or you just were unhappy. And you will always be shown in a positive light, and never any of the negative things that you've done will rarely, ever, if ever, come to light. You will always be seen as a pure, white, kind person, but you just happen to have a bad day or a problem that day, or something just didn't go your way. And that's another way that you have white privilege. Lastly is the ability to be unaffected by anything that happens negatively to people of color or indigenous populations. No matter what, no matter who's the president, who's the Congress, who's in Senate, who's a judge, it doesn't matter whether they're conservative, whether they're Democrat. The 90+% of all of our lawmakers are white, and they represent you, but they do not represent people of color. So that representation allows you to feel confident that no matter what you do or how bad you live, or what your life is like, what your financial situation is, it doesn't matter. You will still be treated better than a person of color because you can sit back and feel insulated against anything that happens on a racial plane. So if we're having protests because of racial inequality, you can join or not join. It doesn't matter to you, because all you have to do is sit back and wait for everything to blow over. And if it doesn't matter, because it doesn't affect you. No matter what happens, because you are white, it never affects you on any level when it comes to people of color being mistreated, not having equal rights, inequality towards people of color. You are insulated from that and never have to worry about false incarcerations, spending a long time in prison for no reason, being shot, murdered by the police, beaten by the police mercilessly because of the color of your skin. You are insulated from all the negative things that can happen to you because of the color of your skin, because you are white. That is white privilege. And thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button down below. And also remember, please hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I post new content. Be safe out there. Have a great day. And don't forget, by all means, please be the best heathens that you can be and have a great day.